Hello and welcome to part 4 of these Bible studies on the book of Proverbs for Contagious Nano. How are you doing? I hope you're going well. We are on to section 4 of 7. We're in Proverbs chapter 2. I'm going to read from verses 1 to 15. My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, turning your ear to wisdom and applying your heart to understanding, and if you call out for insight and cry aloud for understanding, and if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom, and from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He holds victory in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless. For he guards the course of the just and protects the way of the faithful ones. Then you will understand what is right and just and fair, every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you. Wisdom will save you from the ways of wicked men, from men whose words are perverse, who leave the straight paths to walk in dark ways, who delight in doing wrong and rejoice in the perverseness of evil, whose paths are crooked and who are devious in their ways. Let's dive in. Question 1. What promises were made to those who listen to wisdom's voice, and what promises were made to those who will not listen? Well, as we saw last time at the end of chapter 1 of Proverbs 1:33, it says, "But whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm." So eternally, in the long run, wisdom pays a rich reward, and that is that you will dwell in safety. You will go to be with the Lord in glory. But what of those who will not listen? Well, chapter 1 verse 28, "They will call to me, but I will not answer. They will look for me, but they will not find me." So there will come a day, the day of judgment, when, although life itself may have gone okay for you, if you've not listened to the Lord, actually on that day you'll cry out and no answer will be given. Very sad. So let's look at today's study. Question 2, what do you think you could not live without? Well, have a think about your own life. What do you think? It's a really good question to ask a friend, actually. I think if a friend asked me, they might say, "Well, Gareth, you seem to love your bike a lot." That may be true. I hope they'd also see that I love Joanna and the kids, and life would be hard without them. But it can give you a real insight into what is your treasure in life. Now, I hope ultimately my bike isn't my treasure. I hope ultimately the kids and Joanna aren't my treasure. I hope the Lord is my treasure. I hope wisdom is my treasure. But a friend can really help you see that if they know you well and speak into your life. Question 4. Why do you think Solomon, the writer, uses this idea of treasure to speak about wisdom? Well, look at verse 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, that's chapter 1. Let's go to chapter 2. "My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you." Well, this idea of treasure is one of stored up over many, many years. Think of a jar that you put a few pennies in every single day. Well, over a year, 2 years, actually there'll be quite a bit of money in there, but it's accumulated slowly. Well, so is wisdom accumulated slowly. Why do you think Solomon uses this idea, and what picture does he use in verses 2 to 8? Well, in 2 to 8, he says, "Turn your ear to wisdom, apply your heart to understanding, call out, cry aloud for insight, for understanding. Look for it as for silver, search for it as hidden treasure." I picture the character Gollum from Lord of the Rings, where the ring is really precious to Gollum. I picture him searching for it, crying out for it. Now, obviously, in Lord of the Rings, he's lost it, but turn that picture into something that causes you daily to seek it. I get that picture of wisdom, and I think it's really helpful. What are the effects of living this way? Well, verse 9, "Then you will get what is right and just and fair. Wisdom will enter your heart," verse 10. "Discretion will protect you. Wisdom will save you," verse 12. "You will not leave the straight paths. You will not delight in doing wrong, and your paths will not be crooked." Well, the benefit of storing up wisdom over many years, treasuring wisdom, is that your paths will be straight, life will go well. Live out. How keen are you in growing in wisdom? Well, again, ask a friend that. Question 7. Do you think of wisdom as something you search for, or is wisdom something that you pick up along the way? Think of a convenience store at the end of the road. You might not really seek out that store, but when you're coming past, you'll drop in, buy a pint of milk. But you will seek out a store that's a little bit further away for an item that's very specific. So from where we live in Chessington, we might go into Kingston to buy a certain item of clothing from a certain shop like Hollister, or we might go into London for something really special. We're seeking out those shops. We're not just dropping in because we're going past them. We're seeking them. So should wisdom be. You seek it out. You make a special effort. What does this have to say about Jesus being precious to believers? Well, Jesus is wisdom in a person. So you and I should seek out Jesus above all else. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. See you next time.